the end of day 2 in this little soundproof cabin thing. Everything's boarded, let me turn you around. So everything's boarded now, all the walls are done. All around the door reveals and things, it's all done. And it just leaves me to skim it tomorrow, so I've just cleared it out and just getting some plaster and stuff in here now. But what I'm going to do, because these boards are quite dusty and I don't know how long they've been laying about, I'm going to give them all a quick PVA, and I just want to chuck a little bit of bonding in there for tonight in this weird bit that goes up and down in the ceiling. Just fill out these gaps quickly, so in the morning I can just come in, knock up and go for it really. It's Friday tomorrow, so I just want to be in and out of here really. So yeah, it's been quite a day getting these boards up. As you see yesterday's video, if you've watched it, they were heavy. Even just getting them on the wall is heavy really, you know, just cutting them and manoeuvring them. The worst thing about it all was that the size of the room. You didn't have enough room to swing your 8x4 sheets. You had to keep going out the door if they wasn't facing the right way. You had to keep going out and then bringing them back in and then putting them in. But anyway, I just thought I'd keep you up to date, just for up to date sake really, for anyone that was watching. So anyway, I'll get on with a bit of PVA. Gone to a builder's merchants because I needed another bag of finish, and I also needed some new tin snips. And these were the only ones they sold, these ox ones. Look, they're really small, they look really cute. I hope they're going to be alright actually. Look tiny, look. So 24 quid. We'll see if that's well spent. Welcome back to each and every one of you. And I'd just like to say a thank you for anyone that's subscribed in the last few days. It's really nice to see the numbers going up, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, well, after 2 days of heavy plasterboarding with that sound stuff, I'm just in there to skim it today, so I'm looking forward to that, and that becomes the easy part of the job. I always feel comfortable when I'm back to skimming. I don't do a lot of plasterboarding. I don't really enjoy it, to be honest. Do the odd ceiling here and there, but I'm not really a big plasterboard man. Not when you work on your own. You don't really often take too big a jobs on like that. But I fancied this little one. It's a little sound booth place. Not too big, but anyway, just plastering today. Friday plastering. A nice bit of skimming, couple of gauges. I'm going to take it nice and easy. I could do it, well, years ago a younger man would have done it all in one hit, but you know, what's the rush? I've got nothing to get back home for really, you know, as such. No kids are older, all that lark. So anyway, I'm really waffling on now. I'm going to drive to the job, have a little cup of coffee on the way, and I'll see you there for a bit of skimmage. So here we are again, back in the little rave cave. So just skimming it all today. Shouldn't take too much effort really, nice and low. No steps needed or anything like that. All I've got to do first is just get some bonding out. I just want to bond in my dodgy joints, which I'm not proud of, but it was just an easier way to get these boards up with the way they were. So I'm just going to go around just filling all these worst bits really. That bag of bonding's quite old, so I think it's going to go off really quick anyway. So just want to take a little sweep into this and just lose this belly thing here. A couple of little dodgy gaps up there, which I've squeezed a load of soundproof in what he had left over. A load of soundproof acoustic mastic. Not that I think it's going to do a lot, but so I'll just do that first, and then I'll come back for some skimming. I bought myself some new tin snips yesterday. These Ox Pro 7-inch ones. Feel really cute in the hand, really smart. Keep them in your back pocket, and they're really sharp. You can use them a bit like scissors as well. So they'll come in handy. It's about time someone invented something a little bit smaller just to use. The other ones can be a bit cumbersome, can't they? I must say they really cut nice, really nice in the hand as well. They sort of cut. Feels a bit different. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to from the other ones, but I like them. Much easier for this. You know, if you've got a cut, if you've ever had to do this, cut an angle bead down because you haven't got a deep enough return, it can be quite tough with the other ones, but these sort of allow these to flow through the gap. You're not sort of constantly bending this out of the way because they're so thin. You just sort of go up there. I don't think you could have done that with the other ones. You had to keep sort of stopping and pushing it out, pushing it out. But anyway, that's enough free, what's the word, promotions for Ox. But yeah, I've got to admit, they are really nice. I really like them. Anyway, this bit of bead is going here. Let's turn you around. That's going up here. As I couldn't double up on this because he's having a door frame in here, I think it would have pulled it out just maybe a tad too wide, so I just put one bit on and then that should set lovely there now. That's it, nice. I epoxied that out there, it's really raining. Do you know what, I'm so glad I got all this boarding done in the dry. That would have been a different job out there because I was cutting a lot of it out there on the skill saw and things like that. Because that's the trouble with this blue stuff, it's you can't really do it with a standing knife. You can't really just cut, snap like you would normal board. So I was outside with this, and especially the 19mm, I was outside with my skill saw cutting it, because I couldn't cut it in here because the dust was just horrendous. So he's chucking it down out there today, and that would have been a completely different experience had that been raining yesterday. So, there's my bonding all on sealing. I think it's gonna picking up now. Just gotta wait for that to pick up enough. I don't want to start putting on too early because you're gonna start getting bubbles come through. So I might just make a quick cup of tea and then get in the mix after that. Okay, sorry about the light here. There's not, well, there is none. It's just got this little light here on the wall. That's all we got, but I might try and rig that up a bit. I'll tell you what I noticed yesterday, when I was, I've noticed it before actually, when I was boarding these walls, when you're double boarding something, it's amazing how many times you hit the first screw from the first board, because your hands are always, obviously it's quite a repetitive thing, but it's just incredible how, when you go again, you always hit the screw underneath. It just shows how robotic we can be sometimes, doesn't it?
I'll be back.
Bit like that. Come on, come on. Another 5 minutes. About 5 minutes.
Rihanna, here I come. Gonna hide you and make you notice. Right, shut that door. Shut that door, Everard. Right, I've been using these tubs as well. I always use like these tubs, the big ones. But just recently, I bought one of the smaller ones, and they're really good just for the water, really, like cleaning the drill. Keep your brushes and trowels on the edge. They're just a bit bigger than a normal bucket. And obviously, they're flexible as well, so you can use them if you've got a little mix to do or something. So, yeah, I'm into them. Nice. All right. Let's get on. Let's put you there. Can you see me all right down the end? Yeah, perfectamundo, Ken. Right. Let's get all this shit out of the way here. Right. Let's do it. Let's get this bloody job done. Let's get this job done. Just wet the hawk up. Whereas a lot of other YouTubers I watch prime the hawk. Prime the hawk? Oh yeah, an engine. Just put a bit of water on it. Prime it. Some of them make some videos out of nothing, don't they? Says me. But, you know, prime the hook. It all sounds a bit technical, innit? It's just a bloody hook. Or a handboard. Whatever you want to call it. And I'll be finishing with the Ox Superflex, is it? And I may even, a bit of a screw there. I may even use my little Rafina Plasiflex just to flatten in. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. I know there's a lot of Plasiflex haters out there. There's a lot of Plasiflex haters out there, but have you tried it? You can't hate something without trying it. I know you can be into traditional and stuff like that, and that's fair enough, but if you haven't tried the Plasiflex, give it a go. Not for finishing, you're not going to use it to finish your job, but when you're flattening in, I just feel that there's a tape with edges, these things. Yeah, but the in all seriousness, the Rafina Plasiflex is great just to flatten in early. You can get on plaster earlier with them, but you wouldn't finish with them. But because they don't cut in as deep as a steel trowel, it means you can sort of get on your plaster that bit earlier and flatten it off. I'll try it in a minute. I'll put this seed in and then I'll go over it with that. I think I'm working tomorrow as well. Got a little decorating job to finish. If I don't finish it this weekend, I'm busy again next week. That was one of them jobs where, I don't know, I think I did a video of it this week earlier. I was doing a bit of decorating. I'd allowed 2 days to decorate this little room. And the customer had ordered the paint from some online thing, which I'm never a fan of. I'd rather just go and get the paint that I like. But anyway, they'd ordered it. Of course it didn't turn up. Now I've got to find spare time to fit the job in now. Because after, well, it's Friday today. I'm not going to go and start painting Friday evening. Next week I'm banged out again. So I've got to do it the weekend, I think. Well, tomorrow really, or tomorrow daytime, maybe a bit of Sunday. Because tomorrow night, I'm DJing tomorrow night. It's another little sideline that I do, but we've got a charity thing tomorrow night for a young lad that's ill. So we're doing a little fundraiser for him. So we've got to be there for 5 to set up. So time is really short this weekend. By the time I get in Saturday night after doing that, it's going to be sort of 1 o'clock. You know, I'm just waffling. I'm not moaning. I'm just waffling really, because I've got nothing really to show you in the way of plastering. So I thought I'd just waffle, tell you what's going on in my little world really. So yeah, so DJing tomorrow night. Me and a couple of mates that do that. So I've got to try and squeeze this bit of decorating in. There's not a lot to do. That's still got to be done. And then next week I've got Monday and Tuesday, I think, is decorate the kitchen. Hopefully get it done in 2 days. Wednesday and Thursday is a bit of plastering and decorating. Friday is plastering a medial wall. It never stops really. I think the beams are a little bit wobbly all over the place. Well, it's just a soundproof room. So it's basically got a tin roof on it. Because it's soundproof, the customer's built it so nothing touches the tin roof. So in theory, this whole ceiling is being held up by the studs from the floor to the ceiling. It's not actually fixed to the ceiling at all, to the tin roof. So you've got all that weight. You've got 19mm, then a 12mm soundboard, and it's basically on a suspended frame, what he's cobbled together himself. So it is a little bit like this. Right, so let's get that other Rafina out here. I think that's like a 16 or an 18-inch Rafina. So all I like to use them for really is just to flatten in these first coats or second coats. Just, you know, I'm not looking for perfection with them, but they will flatten in so easy. Because they're plastic, they're not cutting in. So you can give them a bit of welly, you know, you can push them a bit, and they won't dig in like a steel trowel will. Therefore, you can get on the flattening earlier. So that's what I use them for. So I know a lot of people, they say, oh, they ride the ripples of the ceiling, and you know, well, yeah, they do. If you're using them to lay on and find your levels with, obviously, sometimes they're good on like an Artex ceiling. If the Artex ceiling is old and it's up and down, sometimes you want to move with the ceiling. So that, just by doing that, it's almost like speed skim really, but it's just, I prefer using these to speed skim. I'm not a massive fan of speed skims, if I'm honest. I don't really use them. I've got about, I think I've got 4 different ones in the van. I'm just not really mad on them. So there you go. I don't know if you're picking it up, but it just flattens off so quick. Again, not for finishing, not for laying on, but just to take out all your bits and pieces. Like a screw hanging down here somewhere. Let's get that out. A screw. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one. Right. Let's get that out of there. Right, kettle's on. Who wants a cup of tea? 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 Sugar? 1 sugar. No sugar for me. 2 sugars for you. Right, I'll make you all a cup of tea. Second coat all on. All laid in, flattened off. So if you've got these tapered edge boards, you do want to feel out that taper first. Just let it start picking up. It will help.
When I put the carbon steel trail across it, felt like it was tearing it. It's not dry enough for the Superflex, so I've gone back on it with the Raffina. So I don't know if this is just maybe the same sort of batch of stuff as what Smurf's been talking about, but it's sort of like an in-between period of it drying. It feels that your normal trail's just going to start tearing it and ripping it, so I'm not going to harp on about it too much, but I'm glad I had the plastic one there. Right, let's get this backboard on. That is pretty grim out there, look. Well, I'm glad I'm in here all cosy. I've just given the ceiling a polish, I'll show you that. So I've just put the Ox Superflex across it, and I can honestly say that it's one of the best trowels for finishing I've ever used. So I've just given it one with that really, it's just time to shine up. This gear does feel a bit funny, I don't know if it's just me or it's the humidity in this room, but it does feel like it's drying a bit weird, like it's starting to go dull already in places. It shouldn't be doing that yet, not really, I don't think. I'll put that on really thick as well. It just seems like it's starting to go, so there could be something in what Smurf is saying about this gear. But anyway, them two walls are both add a first coat and a flattening. So again, I've got enough stuff in this bucket for the top coat. I always use the same mix for the top coat, unless it's obviously like a huge wall or a huge ceiling. I'll always just use the same one. Anyway, let's get on. I won't keep filming it because it's probably boring for you to watch. So I'll come back to you once these walls I've all had a second coat and nearly ready for training. Right, so I definitely think I may have a dodgy batch of this plaster that everyone's been talking about. It's drying so random, look, it's gone here. But there I'm still trailing it, so you got wet to dry for no good reason at all really. There's no reason that that bit should be drying any quicker than the bit literally a foot beside it, because it's all gone on same nick, same trail. Very strange, yeah. And it would have gone on quite thick along there, and that's just starting to go. So yes, I definitely feel there's something going on with it, and considering what I've heard about it, like using it in humid conditions as well. It's very humid in here, obviously, because it's raining outside. So it's greasy and it's weird. It's weird to trail up. I'm glad I'm not doing anything big with it. Well, it's still greasy there, but it's completely gone now. So yes, I'm convinced now it's a dodgy batch. Turned out nice again, isn't it? Right. That's it, ready now for what will be the final mix. Yeah, it's damp and horrible. You know when you just damp and oh, it's just horrible. I just want to get home, get me old fluffy clothes, sit on the couch, and just chill about. And that's the plan for tonight. So some poor sods ain't got that option. So I've got to be grateful, really, haven't I? It's setting quicker than if it was a hot day, so I don't really know what's going on with it. I'm not an expert in the chemical methods of it, but I can definitely tell you that it's drying here, there and everywhere. It's so random, it's not drying like a normal thing. I've had the door shut, so there's no breeze hitting it. I don't know if it's this blue board. Can anyone tell me? Does this blue board suck in a bit randomly? I've not plastered over this very much, to be honest, this blue stuff. But maybe there's a difference in the drawing in because it's a dense board. Could be something, couldn't it? Maybe it draws in different. Everything's on. Everything's second coated. Just literally waiting for that wall and this wall just to pick up. Room's gone really dark now. It's gone all Bruce Springsteen, plastering in the dark. I'm just at that stage of the job now where I'm packing up and putting things in the van as I'm finished with them. It's absolutely pissing down out there. It's not a lot of, I'm not parked near either, to be honest. The van was right up the road, there's no drive on this one. So then I saw a disabled space that's been open for a few hours now, and I thought, you know what? Who disabled is going to be in or out in this weather? So I've stuck my van in here, which always makes your heart beat out your chest because you think you're going to be nicking someone's space and causing aggro. So hopefully within an hour I should hopefully be out of here. And that's about that for a look. Yeah, so got my hair wet. So hopefully I should be out of here in an hour. I just got to keep trailing this up. Anyway, what a day. I'm glad it's Friday, I really am. So that's that, we're all done. Thank God for that. So dark in here. Right, anyway, that's done. It's a recording studio, so it's going to have all dampeners on the wall, like probably stuff. And anyway, that'll do.